when I first started building houses, I had to deal with reality and say, look, I've never built a house. I've rehabbed 100 houses, but that doesn't qualify me to build a house. And the bank figured the same thing. They said, how many houses have you built? I said, none. They said, well, we're not going to loan you any money because you don't have any experience. When I talk to you about setbacks and various things involved with with footings and rebars, I'm looking at like a dog with a new pan or a new bowl. I'm like, what is that? Because I've never done it. So that's when I decided, I said, okay, well, I've got to get somebody who has done it before, and I'm going to look over their shoulders. So, in other words, I'm going to pay for a mentor. Because I had it was so funny. I had a gentleman who was, he had rehabbed houses before, um, as well as I had, and we were both getting ready to start building at the same time. I told him how much I was going to pay to get the house built. He told me I was a fool because he could build it himself for, let's say, three-quarters of that price. So the other quarter I was just giving away. And what a fool I was. Meanwhile, I was on house 6, and I ride by his place, it's still a foundation because he doesn't know what he's doing. And he's not willing to follow a process. And the process would say, I've got to get someone who's been down this path before because, again, that's money well spent. And then I know I must have rescued him because I told him at a certain point, I said, after I saw he had his foundation in and he had stopped, I said, well, did you get another survey? He said, well, why would I do that? I've got a survey. Now, again, this is a layman's way of thinking. I don't need another survey because I've already paid for one. I paid, let's say, a couple of $1,000s for this topographic survey. Why do I need another one? Oh, you need another one to make sure that the foundation is done right and now that you're continuing up the right path. Because if you don't get it and you just continue along like you're right and it turns out that you're wrong, some inspector may come there one day and say, rip it down. He doesn't care that you didn't follow the process. But see, again, that's what happens to a lot of folks. I mean, I was, a good example, I believe. But the reality is, if you think you're going to skip the process, you can't skip the process